Right off on sports. Here, Big Sam. His camera's now gotten blurred recently. Um,
That
uh,
I lost you.
by looking at um, NBA
There we go.
playoffs, seeding and seeing what that looks like. So let me go and pull that up. Tell me, let's talk about it right now. Playoffs start today.
Night seed.
Uh,
I'm telling Thunder are going to be scared to see us.
so you're the second Mavs fan to tell me that, and
I think that I trust me. I think the Thunder will beat us, but they
yeah.
will be scared. I'm telling
Okay,
you.
wait, and how many? And 5 or 6?
I think we might push 6. I think PJ and AD can
Wow.
slowly push. Bro, you got to think. AD, Gaff, D Live, and PJ. I
Yeah.
think that can get us at least 2.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Wow. You second Mavs fan to tell me that.
Well,
Okay, well, it's gonna be interesting. The plan is definitely gonna be interesting. But let's talk about my team, Minnesota.
oh, here
Oh my gosh! If we
you
get the
jump
Lakers,
shit. This is bullshit. You should not be able to change teams mid-season. That's
no,
bullshit.
no, I'm changing because you know why? My guy's coming across in a couple of months.
And you're lucky Russ is an idiot. Y'all should have lost the other night.
We should have lost. And I need to say something right now. And Edwards and Nicole Jokic, easy to I think it's time we start having Ann Edwards conversations.
Oh,
Uh,
this
oh
is
no no no!
I
No,
hate the
no, no.
recency bias because we
It's
did
not
this a
recency.
year and a half ago.
No, it ain't recency because here's what happened. If you watch that Denver game, it was him and Jokic going back and forth. Now Jokic, I will say he played better and he was more consistent, but that's also because they didn't double team him. They put Randall on him because Gobert fouled out. Now had Gobert been in, would have been a different story for Jokic. Um, but
I think Jokic would have 80 if Gobert played the whole game.
I think them two they were the two best players on the floor easily. And I think what was impressive by Ant was he, like somebody said, 97% of the game that game he was horrible, and then when it mattered most, he was the second best player on the floor, if not the best at certain points in the game. So I think that's what's impressive to me. It ain't recency, and he showed it. I mean, he showed that versus Denver
No,
on the
he
road.
is, but I just don't like when they start talking about Ant Luka conversations.
Wait, no, it needs to be conversations.
No, it's not a conversation.
Yeah, it is because
They try to put Ant up there with the guards like Luka and Jay. He's not.
No. It is. It was going to be time because let's say something right now. If Minnesota gets in a series with LA and LA is supposed to win that, man, I'm going to be watching because here's the thing about Luka and why I'm concerned about LA. And you said this before we brought it up was they can't defend. And no offense to Redick, but this playoff's a different animal. And with Dante DiVincenzo, Naz Reid, all that kind of stuff, I think Minnesota's gonna have a really good game plan for Luka and them. And I think the thing about Luka and Ant is the thing for Luka for long term is Ant's gonna defend. If Luka's not gonna be able to, I think that's gonna I think that's gonna hurt his legacy in the long run. Flat out. You know what I'm saying? Like just to be completely honest, we'll see what happens, but. We'll see what happens, but that's gonna be interesting because Minnesota's gonna go at Luka. So and LeBron. I mean, that Bulls game when they got walked off by Josh Giddey, both of them couldn't defend. Neither one of them could guard a parked car. I mean, it's just like that Lakers defense is atrocious. And Jackson Hayes, the rim protector, I'm not concerned. I guarantee Ant will dunk on just like he dunked on Gafford last year. I guarantee he'll dunk on Jackson Hayes. I guarantee it, man. I'm excited.
Series, 5 games?
I mean, yeah, you can win the series. Y'all just like the Lakers. Luka's supposed to win that series, but you got to give him that. He's supposed to win that series. Ant weren't supposed to be in the first place. So let's start putting respect on that. The same way you thought, Luka took all these. Look what Ant took. I mean, Cat was putting a 9 versus PJ Washington.
Ant shut us out when he needed to. He's like, I'm going to guard Kyrie and score points. So he shut it. He learned. Ant will learn this playoffs.
He's going to be better than Kyrie. Oh, he'll learn about Luka.
No, he learned about Kyrie last playoffs. He's going to learn about Luka again this playoff.
He'll learn. I think Luka can't defend.
This is what we need.
Yeah.
Lakers are going to drop back to 4th. Nuggets are going to get that 5th. Well, this is what the TV wants. We're going to get a Wolves Nuggets, and then we're going to get Warriors Lakers playoffs.
Even better.
We're going to get Thunder Mavs, and then we're Rockets and probably Grizzlies. Honestly, it's kind of like some youngins like That's honestly an underrated series right there. Rockets Grizzlies. Hello? You're lagging. You're lagging.
Oh, hello. Oh yeah.
You're lagging.
It's bad weather. Hold on. You gotta let it pass.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah. There's been rain a
We had
lot.
bad weather earlier.
Yeah. But what were you saying? I heard you say something about Nuggets, Warriors, or something.
Oh, here we go. We need the Nuggets to drop, and then we need the the Lakers to get the no. Sorry, we need the Nuggets to go third seed, Lakers fourth seed, because then we're gonna get Nuggets, Timberwolves. Everybody wants to see that. Warriors, Lakers. Everybody wants to see that. And then we could get Thunder, Mavs. Everybody wants to see that. And then I honestly think Grizzlies, Rockets is like an underrated series. It's kind of just like young mind players going at it. Kind of. I like that. And you're lagging again. Okay. This is embarrassing. You ought to be embarrassed to stand
work with it, right? This day like that through. We're literally in the mud. But I would say this about Warriors. Lakers. I don't know if I'm the Lakers. I want to play that series. You want to go against Steph and Jimmy because that's a series that's going to change legacies. I need to tell you that right now. If LeBron and Luka get put out in the first round by and Jimmy Butler, that's changing legacies.
LeBron,
if they get put in the first round by Steph and Jimmy, that's changing legacies. I mean, I just got to understand.
I truly do think the Warriors can make a deep run.
No, I do too. That's what I'm saying. But if LeBron gets put, that's changing legacies. Because you're older doesn't mean your legacy is just set. Like you're still evaluating.
No, LeBron's legacy is set.
No, it's not. If you get put out in the first round by Steph and Butler,
by the greatest point guard of all time and one of the best players,
or one of the greatest point guards.
Like the Warriors are bad.
No, it's not bad, but you get put out. I mean, we'll see what happens. If you've got 40, there's something to say.
No,
but if it gets put out, then that's going to change legacy, especially for Luka Doncic, because that means probably both of them struggled or one of them struggled, and that's going to change the narrative. So we'll see what happens. We got to see what happens before we can go ahead and make assumptions. But if the Lakers lose that series, it'll be because one of the two struggle. That's how it's going to be. That's how these series come down to stars. I mean, we saw that versus, like Luka, Kyrie over K. Like if you don't have enough stars, you're not going to win. So, we'll see. Now, I'm going to say right now, if Minnesota gets Denver, don't destroy Denver. I can promise you that.
Bullshit.
Wait, really?
Minnesota?
Oh, really? Yeah. We would destroy Denver.
No, you wouldn't.
We wouldn't?
It probably 6-7 games, probably. What is this internet, dude? Get better internet.
More like 4, maybe 5.
You ought to be ashamed and embarrassed for this damn internet. Ain't no storms over there. I just checked the radar. This is embarrassing. Can't get no damn internet. Ain't no storms. I just checked the radar. You're perfectly fine.
The storms have come out recently, so
like an hour ago.
Oh, this is the mud. So are you gonna come bring Wi-Fi to my house? Okay. Okay. We're working with it.
I'm not having it.
We're working with it.
I'm not having it.
We're working with it. Hold on, we're gonna work with it. It's gonna pass. You let it pass before you know it, it'll be gone.
Timberwolves first round exit. Mark my words.
Okay. So you really think
first round exit?
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Oh, have you watched Denver? They stink, and you know that. I thought Jokic they have no body.
Without Murray last night.
We didn't have Nas. We were Dante DiVincenzo. I think you forgot about that. They got suspended. I think you forgot about that.
That's about the same.
That's not okay. So exactly, but the last time both teams went at it with Jamal Murray, Nasir, and Dante DiVincenzo, we blew out Denver in Denver. That was like a month ago, and that playoff series I think showed that. Denver stinks. They got blown out by the Lakers.
I agree. Okay.
Denver stinks, and you know it.
You want to talk about stars? Yeah. Denver has the better stars at the end.
Jamal Murray hasn't shown up the way he needs to this
season. Okay, but he shows up in the playoffs, and you know that.
We'll see.
Just because they're against your team, you think they suck. But every time we have this conversation, every time we have this conversation, you say, I don't care about regular season. I don't care about playoffs. Jamal Murray shows up in the playoffs.
I do. Okay, I do. I will see if he shows up. Last time versus Minnesota, who gave him problems? Nico Alexander. Who gave Kyrie problems?
But they took him 7 games last year.
Okay, that's fine. I'm saying Denver team not the same team as last year. I think we all know it.
What are we doing?
The KCP is a big loss. This team stinks. And they don't have a bench, first of all, too. That Jokic all them dudes is gonna wear out by the end of that series. We actually have depth. We forget Terrence Shannon's hurt. Jalen Clark's on the bench. He's not even playing. We actually have depth in Minnesota. They have no depth. By game 3, 4, and 5, they're gonna be worn out. Who's gonna come in for Jamal Murray? So you're gonna see. Remember who gave him problems? I'm not trying to get it. Who gave Kyrie problems? Derek, the big guards and linky wings. Jaden McDaniels, Jalen Clark, Nico Walker-Alexander. That's who gave Jamal Murray problems. Or mainly Nico Alexander and Jaden McDaniels. Those guys that gave him problems last year. That length is going to affect Jamal Murray. Boom, he's out the game. That's what they did last year. And they're going to be worn out the whole series. They're going to have no depth. Minnesota we actually have depth. They have none.
Okay, they might
be worn out.
I'm saying it's going to 6-7 games.
It'll go. I think it could be a sweep.
Oh, bullshit.
I think it'd be a sweep. What's it? Mike Malone spoke about it. This Minnesota team, they take this Denver matchup personally. We play hardest versus Denver. It's a rivalry. What it is. And we want to show that we're gonna punk Jokic, and we do it every time. So he can drop 60, still lose. Doesn't matter. So I'm not concerned. They have no depth. They're gonna wear out by the end of the series. You can't play 40 minutes in the playoff game series expect to win. You're not gonna win like that. That's why they lost that. So this is what it is. I'm not concerned about Denver. They stink. I'm not concerned. We play Denver 4, maybe 5. Who's this? Rockets? They can't shoot. 4, maybe 5. They'd be lucky to get it 6. They have no offense. Şengün is like 15, 18 a night. Not concerned. And he's not a 3-point shooter. He can't really space the floor. I think Gobert and Nasri could take care of that easy. Not concerned. Jalen Green, that's a one-man show.
I think Rockets give y'all problems in the playoffs.
They can't shoot. Amen Thompson, people forget Amen Thompson doesn't have a jumper. Dylan Brooks is inconsistent.
Well,
he can be hot, he can be cold.
Trevor
Fleet can be high and cold.
I think defensively they can give y'all problems.
But they don't have the Rockets. I get they don't have an offense. Outside Jalen Green, and they beat up and down. They're a young team. They're like the Thunder. They need to get a whooping in the playoffs, and then they can come back and go get. They need to ask somebody else. Because Şengün ain't taking a step yet. He's giving 18 a night. He can't shoot the 3. Amen Thompson doesn't have a jumper. I don't know how he's going to play in the playoffs with no jumper. Minnesota's just going to walk to the paint and say, "Go ahead and do what you want. We're not going to guard you from 3-point line." Şengün don't have to guard you. Dylan Brooks from 3. Third, please, hot and cold.
Dylan Brooks got a burner this year. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, he is. But we'll see in the playoffs. In the playoffs is where he can really stink it up. That's what I say. And I don't see anybody such Jalen Green that really scares me in the playoffs. That's why I say I just think it's just him that would give me concerns. And they just can't shoot. I just don't think it's gonna. It's not gonna work. They can't. To me, they can't shoot, and they're a young team, and I don't trust. And I don't think they have enough. So Rockets 4, maybe 5, maybe 6 if they get hot. I doubt it. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Clippers be the Rockets. Be honestly, be real with you.
I think the Rockets will be a good series if that happens.
And Grizzlies, they stink. They got issues, man. I think Clippers. I want the Clippers to win, and I want to see Clippers Rockets. I think the Clippers could beat the Rockets. We'll see what James does. Again, this playoffs are where legacies are made. James Harden, you want to make a legacy? It's time to Kawhi. Those guys. It's time to show something. Let's go make some noise. I want to see Clippers. The Grizzlies, to me, they fired Taylor Jenkins. Let's discuss that. How embarrassing! It makes no sense.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing out there.
I know what happened. This is what happened. Ja was upset because the offense, they're running the offense through Jaren Jackson Jr. He was getting a lot of the touches. They're emphasizing him.
It seems like they have a good relationship, Taylor Jenkins, Ja.
No, what they did before he started running the offense through Jaren Jackson Jr. And now he gave it to Ja, and then he's like, Ja's like, well, what about me? You know what I'm saying? I want the ball too. I want to score too. But Ja was stinking it up, and we all know that. So Taylor Jenkins is like, I'm gonna go to the player that I know I can count on. Ja wasn't because he hasn't been consistent this year. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like
Jaren Jackson Jr. leaves after the season.
We'll see. I think he has one more contract.
Not after, or it's whenever his contract's up. But they
fired one of the best coaches.
He has a chance to sign.
Huh?
You said you don't like Taylor Jenkins, I thought.
No, I like him. I like him. I didn't like the team he had. I thought he was a phenomenal coach.
No, you said he wasn't. I asked you, what if KD went to Memphis, and you said Taylor Jenkins is not that good of a coach. That's exactly what you said.
Yeah, I remember saying that.
That's what she said.
No, I remember saying. I think I remember saying something about Ja.
No, you said Taylor Jenkins.
No. I'm pushing narratives right Jenkins, now. No. I'm pushing narratives right now.
You said Taylor Jenkins is not that good of a coach. You don't want KD to go there.
No. I don't remember saying that.
Well, you said it.
I remember saying something about Ja or like Memphis and that kind of stuff, and I remember saying nothing about Taylor. I think he's a phenomenal coach. He wins where he have a roster to win. Honestly, I mean, I think I remember saying that. I didn't believe in Ja. I don't think he had the roster to win with Ja. I don't think that roster was good enough, and I don't believe it. I don't know if Jaren Jackson Jr. is the second option on a championship level team. We've yet to be seen. So I thought he's a phenomenal coach. If the Suns are smart, they'll fire Budenholzer and hire him.
You said he wasn't that good of a coach.
I don't remember saying that. Really?
If you have the recording still, you can find it. You said he wasn't that good of a coach.
Wow.
I said, what if KD goes to Memphis? You said Taylor Jenkins isn't that good of a coach. That's what you said. Because then we were talking about Chris Finch. You said Chris Finch is a really good coach. And I was like, what about Memphis? That's a spot maybe. You said no. He's not that good of a coach.
I remember saying like Ja wasn't that good.
No, you said Taylor Jenkins.
All right, we'll agree to disagree on that.
We're not. We're
okay, I would say okay.
Taylor Jenkins.
Okay, well, I would say that's what I know. I did. I know. I said this for sure. I know this for sure. He's a phenomenal.
Spit it out.
He's a phenomenal regular season coach. I can say that, but I don't think he had the team to win it.
And you're lying. You're lying. It's fine.
I don't think I had the team to win the playoffs.
No, you're lying.
Ja is that? But he's okay. But I don't think he had the team to win the playoffs. Ja was never that. He was coming there and he was there, but then he did the gun thing and then he fell off. And so we'll see what happens to Jaren. But I think they're letting Ja, and the same thing that happened with Giannis and Mike Budenholzer. They're letting the star dictate who makes the moves. And then this is what happens. This happened because Ja asked for it to happen. Flat out. This is so Ja's going to be there long term. Is what it is. And Ja's not good enough to be demanding coaches to be fired. Especially when they're winning. I don't understand that. But I get it. He wants the ball. He wants offense to be around him. But he's not that level of player right now. So I hope the Clippers put them out of their misery. Jaren Jackson, at least he's not homeless and stuff like that. That team was lost. They're fighting. Alabama's fighting and all kind of stuff. But I think Clippers rock. I think I would take Clippers. Now in the East, I told you about Orlando, and you keep doubting me.
How am I doubting?
You remember I told you when Orlando walked into Cleveland maybe a month ago. Apollo McCarroll.
37-40.
Who?
I thought Orlando was going to be good. I never disagree with you on Orlando.
No. I told you Orlando could give Cleveland a run in a series.
Oh, no, they can't. They're in the fucking
there you go.
There you
go.
They're not going to make it a Cleveland.
I you know what? Well, they may make. Oh, damn! They might make it to Boston. Damn it.
Yeah, and then they're out.
Yeah.
Boston.
No, that's true. Yeah, that's tough.
They're good, but they're out.
I was gonna say, okay. Well, honestly, if I was him, I would lose to Atlanta. Honestly, and just go play Cleveland. I think they can knock off Cleveland. If they have problems,
wait,
if they have
problems, the Magic
Atlanta, and so they go play either the Heat or Chicago.
Atlanta.
No, Atlanta. I did like that.
There's no pay.
No, there isn't Atlanta.
Now you're saying it right. Good job.
They lose to the Hawks, and then let the Hawks go play. And you have a better chance versus Cleveland because Magic can make a run, but it just, it's just hard to take anybody versus.
They're not gonna lose the game to the Hawks though.
Well, maybe they do it on purpose.
They're not though.
If they're smart, they are.
They're not.
And like I said, we'll see what happens. But they're smart. They just let him win that game. Let Trae go off and let it be what it is. Because you don't want to play Boston. I'll play Cleveland, and I'll take on the Pacers or the Pistons. Doesn't scare. Neither one of those three teams scared me in the playoffs. If I have Paulo on
no team on the East scares me except the Celtics and Cleveland, bro.
What is so impressive about Cleveland?
Bro, don't act. They're number one seed for a reason, bro.
But I don't care about one seed. I care about when the playoffs we're going to go to outside down the Metro. I don't believe they have anybody.
I do.
Darius Garland, Evan Mobley.
It's going to be Celtics versus Cleveland, and
wait, Darius Garland. Oh, so Darius Garland, Evan Mobley.
Yeah.
Oh, get out of here.
All stars.
Yeah, because they record. That was like when Jeff Teague made the All-Star game and Al Horford. Like that was a record thing. And remember when all four of them, Kyle Korver made it?
No, I know.
Yeah, Josh Smith. Like that was a record. Come on, it was an All-Star.
Jeff Teague wasn't bad.
He was, but that was a record thing. More than like I said, we'll see. This is why the playoffs are great because then we get to see who's going to be, who shows up. But I have to see it from Darius Garland and Evan Mobley.
Well,
I don't think
Murray show up against Minnesota.
You said what?
And we'll see Jamal Murray show up against Minnesota.
Yeah, well, when Nickel Walker-Alexander had him in hell last year, I couldn't stop. We all saw the picture. When Denver doesn't have a bench, so he'll just pass out. He might drop dead on the floor in the game. I mean, he's gonna pass out. So I don't know what we're gonna bring in Julian Strawther. I mean, I don't know what they're gonna bring in for. It's gonna be fun to watch, though. I can't wait to play Denver, but probably can't wait. And Houston, walk right back into the West Conference Finals just like that. And I'll take my if we play LA, I'll take my chances. I hope we play the Lakers. Like honestly, LeBron them don't scare me. Especially because LeBron ain't got hot yet offensively. On the road, the Lakers have been horrible. Have we discussed that? Lakers have been horrendous on the road.
Yeah. They
stink. They got walked off by Josh Giddey in embarrassing fashion. I can't believe that.
They're 17-20. It's fine.
On the road?
Yeah.
You look at
that is kind of, they're 29-9 at LA. It's because they're in LA, dude. The refs and 17-20 away.
On the road. And if you look at it with even when after they got Luka, environment, and we'll see. I got to get
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing, dude. It's starting to get embarrassing there.
The Rockets put out in the first round, like I said, you don't think they can change the legacy for LeBron or Luka if they get put up by Butler and Curry? Really?
No, I think that will help Steph's legacy. I don't think it'll diminish Luke.
Oh, it'll diminish. It'll diminish.
I don't think so.
Especially Doncic. It just depends on how they play. But we'll see what happens. Okay, so and I'll ask you something. So KD came out. What the heck? Okay.
It's a glove. I should break it.
Okay. No, I got you. So KD, Suns made it official. KD's out. He's probably not gonna make an All-NBA team. I think it's a little ridiculous. Well, not really.
65 games.
60. He's at 62.
So he needs to play 3 more out of the last 6-7 games.
He's out for a week though. So
that's not ridiculous. That's the rules. He's not going to make it probably.
It just to me is a little ridiculous. I mean, the guy earned. He earned a first team All-NBA to me.
Play 65 games.
Well, he played 62.
Play 65.
I just think it's a little ridiculous that he played all NBA level.
You're telling me he can't sub in for 3 seconds the last 3 games?
Well, we'll see what happens, and I hope he can, and I hope he can. But we'll see what happens. First All NBA, first team, not second team. Sorry, Tatum. But yeah, sadly Tatum's gonna get the first team. But in my book,
is this gonna be Luka's first year without making an All NBA team? Except rookie year.
I'm gonna honestly.
You heard what I said?
The pass. We do that.
Gee, this is ugly. You heard what I said?
Yeah,
this is gonna be Luka's first year without making an All NBA team since rookie year, probably.
Same thing for Kevin Durant.
You think Luka definitely doesn't make it, right?
No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
And it needed Kevin Durant.
First team will be what, SGA?
So what is that? It's okay. So Luka make first team. That's ridiculous. That's a Luka and KD not on first team.
They haven't played games.
I just think that's a little crazy. I think it should be like 60 or 55.
I like 65. You got to play to make the All. You got to play games if you want more money. I think that's fair.
Yeah, no, okay, but the guys like KD ain't. I mean, he twists his ankle. What the hell? He plays 2 games. He didn't play. KD play.
That's his fault.
Okay, It ain't his fault. I mean, he's playing for the worst teams in the NBA. He could have quit early. He could have shut it down and said, "Hey, I ain't playing no more. We stink. I'm getting ready for the trade to get traded to Minnesota is where I want to be."
That shouldn't be a standard to quit.
He didn't shut it down. He could easily backed it up and shut it down, like some people like in B.
You don't get anything for backing like.
Yeah.
Good. He didn't.
And so I think 65 is a little ridiculous. I think there should be exceptions. If you play, if you're 62, you should get in. If you're, I think it should be like 55, real honest. I already said 82 games is a lot because guys like KD who twist the ankle and only miss games unless they have to, like, come on, but KD's a real hooper unless he has to.
He's out though, isn't he?
Yeah, but you saying it like as if he's missing, play more. I mean, he can't. Like he's only missing games if he has to, and he's playing on one of the worst teams in the league, and he's still playing. He could easily pack it up.
This is ugly, dude.
Come here and say, "Oh, we'll play more games."
You might have the worst internet of all time, and it's not even close.
No, we're working on it right now. Me and my staff. I just talked to my security detail.
Jeez, this is ugly, dude.
Okay. But yeah, so I just believe that should be rewarded. But we'll see what happens. I just think if you're gonna have KD and Luka on it, you're gonna put Tatum on there. Tatum's not first team. He's not better than KD or Luka. And then so I'm gonna make my own. I'm gonna make my own NBA teams. And I'm gonna call them all world, and that's gonna be my standard. And for me, Luka and KD are gonna be on. So we're gonna do something like that. Now, so that way, whenever we look back in the past, I'm gonna have my own standard to look by. Because I'm sorry, I'm not gonna sit here and like KD and Luka get screwed out of first team All NBAs for Jason Tatum and who else is gonna be there? First team All NBA. I guess we'll see what happens. But
isn't it crazy that feels like yesterday we made our like predictions for the season?
No, we did. It wasn't yesterday. No, it is insane.
It actually does feel like yesterday.
No, it was. Time flies, but it'd be fun to go into to come to regular season ending. I think next week, or when?
Like late next. I think Thursday, Friday next week. Holy shit, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. Then we make our.
No way.
No, it's no. It's
I think
not.
Thursday. I think like Thursday, Friday the week. I think it's the. Look,
yeah.
Right here. Play-in starts the 15th, so I think it stops like the 12th or 13th.
No, the 15th is not next Tuesday, but the Tuesday after. So it's like almost 2 weeks. Like, yeah. So it's like almost like 12 days away. So, it's gonna be fun.
It's crazy.
So and we'll see if Phoenix can. I think maybe Phoenix can get in. I heard Beal's back.
Why didn't we do a podcast with March Madness brackets? We should have went through picks and shit.
Nah, we should. But we'll move on from that. Right now, we focus on this right here.
I know. We're gonna do picks whenever this is the playoffs, right?
Working it on my end. Okay,
We're gonna do picks whenever it's the playoffs for the NBA, right?
Yeah. We'll do. We'll predict series and who we think is gonna win. How many?
Exit first round.
Yeah. We're gonna predict it. Once you predict, we're gonna pick the whole playoffs. Once you predict it, there ain't no going back.
All right.
Yeah. So once you predict, ain't no going. So you gotta stand by what your predictions are.
I'm gonna stand by. I'm gonna set it out first round.
Okay. So after the first round, ain't no change.
All right. Ain't no change.
Because I know you definitely gonna be wrong.
All right. Sure. Mavs might make a run here. Mavs might make second round.
Whatever. Andy Davis almost left. He almost. I mean, he got hurt last game.
He got hit in the eye, bro. That's unlucky.
Yeah. Unlucky. Everything with him was unlucky, huh?
The hit in the eye is unlucky. The leg shit was like he probably shouldn't have been cleared to play.
Yeah. Okay.
Glass. The leg shit, he's made of glass. I agree. Yeah. But the eye shit, that's unlucky.
Okay. Well, let's talk. Okay. Well, I just want to say something now, and if you don't like it, dispute me. I think have we disputed this yet or what?
What?
I don't think I've talked to you about this ever since Kyrie got hurt. I talked to another Mavs fan about this, but I don't think I talked to you about it. Do you still think the Mavs have a window?
Yes.
With the way AD's playing, you think?
Talking about this year?
No, I'm talking about next year, Kyrie.
Yeah, next year for sure. You don't think we're one of the favorites next year?
Dude, I wouldn't even give a crap about Dallas next year. I would look at them and
If
just throw
we're
my hand.
healthy, you're lying. You're
If
lying.
you're healthy, see, I mean, not concerned. Not
Are
even.
you serious?
I'll scoff at it.
I think we're better than Minnesota if we're healthy next year.
Yeah, Minnesota gets Kevin Durant. That's a different story.
Oh, and how much are you gonna give up?
According to the sources, it ain't gonna be Jay McDaniels. So
You
I
give
think
up
it'll be
Dante DiVincenzo, Nas Reed,
hold on, but let it pass.
all of these.
Let it pass. You can
You're gonna give up Nas Reed. They don't want Rudy Gobert.
no. So I'm thinking Julius Randle.
You think they want Julius Randle?
Well, they made the playoffs with Minnesota, made the playoffs with the Knicks. Hey, that's what they would have to make sure they can make the playoffs. So, I think Randall will be more equipped for that than Nas Reed. I'm not, at least at this point in their careers. But I think Randall will be the better player. And I don't know about Nas Reed's contract. I think Randall on a fatter contract. But that's a whole contract.
Dude, this is ugly. It's getting real ugly.
Well, I'm gonna go my team right now. Talking with sources. No, it's ugly. Hold on, let me see if I can. Oh man, let me see.
I think we added a new segment to the podcast.
Okay, what's this segment?
Like a top 3 picks of like a certain sports category. And then that's like good TikTok ideas.
Oh, okay. Well,
we might have to regroup tomorrow. It's bad.
No. I just fixed it. Yeah, just got talk with somebody else.
It's work. I can't even see you.
No. You can see me?
Now I can.
Okay, I'm back. I just fixed it. Now I have problems on more watch. But like you were saying, so what you were saying about new segment?
I think we can do like a top 3 picks once a week. You can post that on TikTok, and then they vote who wins, and then the winner that gets to go first the following week.
Okay, well, hold on. Well, let's get to our topics first. I want to touch that before we talk about it at the end. I want to talk about this Dallas thing. So you really feel confident Dallas can be contenders and
Yeah. Why don't you think they can be contenders?
And I told you this before. I don't believe Kyrie's the number one option championship team. Neither do I believe about Anthony. I think it's two Robins and no Batman.
And Anthony Davis is not a number one option.
I don't believe so. I don't believe so. And Anthony Davis had to prove me wrong. If he makes me shut my mouth, I'll shut my mouth this time next year. If the Mavs go and can't, we go make.
So do you think Tatum's the number one option on a championship winning team?
No.
Do you think Jaylen Brown?
I don't think so. I honestly don't think so. No.
So why can't we not have a number one option and have two really good options?
Okay, so because the only way it's gonna happen is you have to have a team like the Celtics where you have 5 all-stars. I don't know. That's the only thing. Like you're gonna have to, because that's what Drew Holiday, Derek White, and Kristaps Porzingis are 5 all-star level players. So unless I have that, and then you're gonna have 7 guys that all can shoot the 3. Like that's what Boston had. Nobody else in the league have that off the bench, and they have 2 centers that could do it. That's what makes Boston so different. And they got 5 all-stars between the 5 guys. So that's what makes them. That's why I say about Boston that's what makes them special. It's like that's why Tatum and them get away with winning. If y'all do get a roster like that, then I would say, hey, y'all could do it. Y'all got this ball. But that's why I say Celtics will win. Even how I feel about Tatum and Brown. I still think the Celtics will win the championship because of the fact of that. Like I give them credit. I give them credit. They have the best roster, not close, because CJ McCollum ruined the whole damn thing. So and that's what's gonna make trading KD so difficult is because somebody talked about it is I don't think whoever's trading for KD could take in more money than what they're putting out or whatever. It's a lot of confusing crap. But the new thing is like It makes it impossible for teams to really like OKC. Somebody said it. OKC's gonna have to choose between Chet Holmgren and Jalen Williams. They're not gonna be able to pay both of them. One of them two is gonna have to go. Like with the new CBA, that's how it is. Like no longer can you just keep. You have to let one Jalen Williams or Chet Holmgren have to go. One of the two. So that's like just the era we're in. You just can't, and they make it impossible to really load up on star players. You just can't. You really just can't do. I guess it makes it more even. We'll see. I don't know, but I guess I don't know. And to me, it's stupid because I mean, are you rewarding teams for drafting? I don't know. I guess you just have to hope you can draft well and that kind of stuff and that kind of stuff. But I don't know. It's just really confusing to me how how the CBA works. I don't think we've even seen. It's just getting in place, but I still haven't yet to understand the full concept of it and what good it does for the NBA. And I told you before, the NBA was the best when they had super teams. LeBron, Cavs, Steph, KD. That's when it was best. People loved it. So to take it away because people like CJ McCollum are upset because they're not getting spotlight, it's just stupid. That's why people say McCollum shouldn't be running the NBPA. But whatever, player situation. That guy's an idiot. And and I don't know. Okay, so how do you feel about people who say this? Let me ask you this. Do you think people keep saying, the discourse around the NBA is the reason why the ratings are down? Do you think that's why? Because I don't think it is. People say people like Stephen A.
What?
People like Stephen A. Smith, right, who go on ESPN and they don't have the best debates or the best topics. They got to talk about stuff that's not the most interesting. And the discourse on the NBA, where it's like a lot of these people that talk about basketball aren't talking about the right stuff. They just talk about LeBron and Stephen, that kind of stuff. They don't talk about actual basketball. People feel like, okay, that's the reason why basketball ratings are down. I don't believe so.
No, I don't think that's the reasons, really.
No, it ain't. And to me, that's an excuse for Adam Silver. That's why
I agree.
It's an excuse for him because a year in at the NBA, nothing changes. Like we're going next season, it's gonna be the same crap. He doesn't change anything. In one example, in NFL, they're gonna start putting microchips in the football so that way they can better spot the ball and use technology. In the NBA, like Adam Silver just keeps the same stuff. Refs come back, everything comes back, nothing really changes. Maybe add a challenge, maybe get an extra challenge in your pocket for next. You may get 2 challenges next year. It's like I don't even know what he does anymore. All he cares about is the All-Star game. That's all he cares about.
That's all, and it sucks every year.
No, it does. That's what I'm saying. I don't know why he's so obsessed with the All-Star game, not the actual games, because like it just gets frustrating. And because we're gonna come on here in the playoffs and we're gonna have podcasts with me. You're gonna come on here. We're gonna talk about officiating, and we're gonna talk about like, hey, it had officiating or had this gone better, maybe this could have been a different outcome. That's what it's gonna be, and it's just gonna be stupid. Yeah. But it's just frustrating because he's not advancing the game. I think it's an excuse for him. People aren't putting the blame on him.
A scapegoat. I mean, there's so much more problems than that in the league.
He's to me, he's holding it back because if they have a commissioner that really knew what he was doing, then he would, even his last press conference. Oh man, the All-Star game was a failure. I don't know why he's so obsessed with the All-Star game. Look at the NFL. NFL, look what they did with the Pro Bowl. They don't care about the Pro Bowl. People don't care about the Pro Bowl. They don't care. They know that's not what's gonna make them money anyways. They care about making sure the actual games themselves are elite. So because at the end of the day, you can't a Pro Bowl. Yeah, it's just like it is what it is. So it's just like yeah, exactly. You just gotta let it be what it is. If the NFL is being able to grow their sport and get its ratings up without having an elite All-Star game, the NBA, then why does Adam? Just like simple stuff like that. Like I'm thinking, like why? You know what I'm saying? Or what do you think about this rule? I came with a rule the other day. I probably ain't the first, but I thought about that. I said, what if we eliminated bonuses? Yeah.
What do you mean? Like free throws bonus or like money?
Yeah, because the big problem right now, right, is okay, teams getting this, some of these games get up in the bonuses and then like okay, it becomes a free throw. Every foul's a free throw, and then they call all these petty fouls just because free throw. So what if you eliminated bonus? And because
my personal opinion is they just need to treat the regular season like playoffs. I don't like how I don't like how they say, oh, they don't have the they can't hang in the playoffs. They're not going to get all those fouls. Then you shouldn't get them in the regular season. Why are we watching that? People are not going to watch it, and you can't even blame people for waiting to the playoffs to watch it if you know it's going to be more entertaining in the playoffs. Exactly. They need to shorten up the games and make the games more entertaining.
Okay, no, you're right. But what if? Because I'm thinking bonuses, right? Because what people have complained about in the past is okay, fourth quarter, it's just like okay, it's too many free throws, not enough. Too many games. Like team goes up by 5 with 2 minutes left, and
but I disagree. I don't think you should just be able to foul and not let him get to the line.
No. Yeah, no line. No foul, no line. No foul, no line. We plan it out. Go get a stop. I like that. And I want to eliminate free throws. I don't want games to be decided by free throws. I want them to be decided by the players on the court and the decisions they make.
So
I think
you
that'd be
think the
most
other
entertaining.
night what would happen when Russ fouled Alexander Walker?
Okay, like that. If it's a shooting foul, then yeah, I would agree. But like, if I don't want it to be a point where okay, like if it's a shooting foul, yeah, shoot free throws. Other than that,
Oh,
if
I
you
see what
foul,
you're saying. You're just
yeah,
saying
like
like if you reach inside out, even if you're in the bonus,
yeah, and then you're
like
just gonna
no
foul out.
bonus.
Like yeah, there's no more. Let the game play out. Like we're not gonna do no more. And if you're down 5 or 30 seconds, the game's over. There's no more. Oh, you should have free throw. You should have free
So
throw.
what
You
if
should have
they
throw.
just continue to foul and you're just at like the sideline, and then they continue to foul?
Or then all of them will just foul out. That'll be the day. Later, Russell Westbrook can foul.
What if
Jokic can
there's
foul.
like
All
10
them
seconds left though? What if there's
foul
10
out.
seconds left though, and they just foul every time they get the ball in,
Just
and then they
foul.
wasted time all the way down?
Eventually, the clock will run out, and then they just boom, foul me. Okay, foul me. Throw it back in. Foul me. Boom. Foul me. Boom. That's it. We're not doing no more free. No more of this free throw. You're gonna defend, and that makes you now. That makes you treat every possession like it's your last possession because now you know, hey, at the end of games, we can't. There's no more free throws. There's no more bonuses. So we have to treat the last possession like the last possession. We can't rely on missed free throws and all that kind of stuff. I want it to be decided by players, not by the free throw line. I want the players to decide it. I want the decisions to be made. And you never know. Maybe on the fourth foul, maybe Minnesota makes a mistake and then they get lazy and they let that guard down and then steal inbound slam. That's what I want. I dislike games that are decided by the free throw line. I don't like that at all because that's not what basketball is made to intend. It's made to be intended by players having the ball in their hands and deciding the action, the end of games, not the free throw line. So I don't take the
agree.
rest out. I don't take the rest out of it.
Basketball players in general, though, in the league in general, are so stuck up on rules. I don't think that would just ever like happen. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm saying that. But this is what needs to be happening. You know, but
they'll
here's
never
the
do.
thing. Okay, but the thing, it wouldn't hurt to try.
I don't think the player committee would. Even the players.
No. They can dig damn about the player committee. Let me tell you something.
But they get a vote on it.
Yeah, they can vote on it. That's fine. But the thing is, if they want to, here's what the player committee can't do. Oh, well, ratings are down, but then the NBA comes with trying to make changes. You know, just because you make a rule change doesn't mean you can't change it back. So let's get that straight. So you could change something for a year or try it out in the preseason and see how it goes, and then you assess. Hey, okay, we'll change it for the season, see how it goes, and then we'll reevaluate in the off season. That's what NFL does all the time. They change rules. Okay, let's reevaluate. Do we like it? Do we not?
You know
okay,
what they really need to start? I think they do this, but they really need to start like implementing like big rule changes in the summer league and see how it works and see what like the preseason, yeah. But they could do it in the summer league too, and that could just see
exactly. And then
a lot from that.
Exactly. And then okay, but here's the thing. I think if you're MVP, you can't say, oh, well, we want ratings to go up, but then when the NBA is trying to make changes, not agree. Oh, well, every change you make, you're voting it out. You can't do that. So they have to choose one side or the other. You know what I'm saying? So that'll force the NBA PA to make a decision because you can't be talking out two sides. Yeah, we make changes, but then we give trying to make changes. Y'all vote no. Y'all canceling every change you're trying to make. You voted, you don't vote for it. You can't make any change. Y'all not helping. Y'all want to keep everything the same. So I think that'd be the. So I just like I said, but just things to be done. Like you said, preseason is a good time. Summer league is a good time to try those things out. And we'll see what happens. But I just hope that some of these things can they just try something. I just want to see them try something. Like it doesn't it doesn't like I said, you could change it back a year from now if it doesn't work. NFL does all the time. If it doesn't work, but try something. At least give something a try. Because it's got to be better than what it is now. I'm gonna be fly out. So we'll see what happens, but it's gonna be interesting. And then I think okay, so that's interesting. Okay, so let's talk about your new segment that you said you're excited for.
Yeah, I think we should do that.
Listen to new segment.
Post on TikTok once a week. You know, people in the comments can hopefully vote, and then with that, the person who wins gets the first pick the following week.
Okay, so you saying we do our regular picks?
No. This is a whole new thing. I want pick segment, but I'm saying we could do this for like the even after basketball season, like normally, like just find a topic or a sports related topic and make a top 3 or top 5 picks for that, and then the fans choose who has a better list.
Oh, okay, you're talking about stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. I think we'd have to look into something like that. But let me ask you something.
Huh?
I think I want to ask you real quick about college basketball. How are you? Who are your picks right now? If you had to choose.
All my picks are in the Final Four. I chose all the one seeds.
Okay.
Florida. I got Florida and Duke in the championship, and I got Florida winning it all.
Wow, me and you same thinking.
SEC.
I have Florida Duke, and I think Florida wins. Just because.
SEC, baby.
Oh, really?
All the way.
Really? That's how you feel?
Hell yeah.
Honestly, I didn't really have Auburn making it this far.
You didn't see who?
I didn't see Auburn making it this far.
You didn't?
No, I mean after they lost to Yale last year, I really just I was like, man, this guy. I lost faith in them. It was more of a prove it season for me with Auburn. I'm still not sold on that.
I was doing really bad at the start. My bracket was I had a 14% rate, and I was like top like 20 million. But now I'm at a 91.9%, and I'm top 2 million.
Okay.
Big comeback because I got all the Elite Eight teams right and all the Final Four teams right.
Okay, and you have Duke and your bracket of Duke and Florida going for championship.
Yeah, I need Duke and Florida to win. Indeed.
Okay, wow. I think you're looking pretty good.
I think so.
I think you're looking pretty good. Wow. I do say Natty's gonna be interesting though, because I do think that either one of those teams could win it. I will say that. I think it's more 50-50. Because only thing about Florida is they're gonna have the size to where Duke's not gonna be able to maul them. Like Duke could do a lot of things because Duke is like an NBA team. They're so massive. Constantinople, like Sion James, all these guys are so massive. They can just outside. They're gonna outsize Houston. Houston doesn't have a center. Houston plays 2 power forwards, so that Houston not be able to match their size. As they do a lot of teams, but with Florida has 4 centers, 4 big men that can play at all times, 2 at a time. So it's gonna be real. That's gonna be a game, man. It's gonna be a game. Cooper Flag. Let me tell you how it's gonna end. After Clayton Jr. is going to be clutch in the fourth quarter. He's going to hit some kind of big shot. Then Cooper Flag is going to get the ball, and he's going to go back to his old ways at the beginning of the season, spin and slip on the floor.
Flip on the floor, exactly.
Turn over. Florida takes it, throws it up ahead of the
court. He's
going
to drop to the 6th pick, and then he's going to go to the Mavs.
Oh, I know about that. But they dog it. They held ball, jump it up, or they take right from it, throw it on the floor. Walter Clayton Jr. slam. Florida's national champions.
Wow. Florida's too good, bro. They're going to win.
No, they are.
They just turned it on in the fourth quarter. Like all these games,
but yeah,
they just turned it on.
Yeah, I do, and it's because of.
Second half.
Look, and I think when it comes time to NBA draft season, you'll be seeing Walter Clayton Jr. in my top 10, maybe a top 5. So in my mock draft, he'll be there. I'm high on the guy, man. I'm sorry, I'll take him over Ace Bailey right now. I can guarantee it. Oh yeah, his production's phenomenal.
What about over Trey Johnson?
Man, at the top, I think I honestly would. He's a really efficient player, man. He's very efficient, but I'll tell you, no. He reminds a lot of Jalen Brunson, and even somebody said he has like Steph Curry a little bit in him too. Like the way he shoots those threes, it's like he just he's different, man. And he's been dominating since Iona. Iona is the only team. I think in the last 2 years during the UConn's back-to-back national championship runs, I actually had a lead on UConn at halftime because he was in part of that, right? So this dude's been a baller, man. I'm a big fan of the Clinton. He's gonna be my top 5. I can almost guarantee it, right? So just be ready. Just be ready. Yeah, he's top 5 player on the draft.
So how do you feel about the speaking about high draft picks? How do you feel about what JJ said about the MIP?
I mean, he's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
But he's not wrong. He's not going to most. It's going to like the guy who's like high.
Like it should be going to people like Kobe White and
Ty like honestly,
that didn't. He's not wrong. It shouldn't be going to top 5 draft picks that were expected to be how good they are now.
Because honestly, like you said, it should go to Ty Jerome. Come on, let me be honest. Like he took a massive leap, man. I mean, he's
insane.
He's a big part of the reason why they win. So, like you said, if it was truly, it would be him. We'll see what happens. How do you feel about Draymond defensive player of the year? I think he's leading right now. I feel like he might be a favorite.
Who?
Draymond defensive player of the year. Yeah.
You say Draymond?
Yeah. Look, it looks like he's on pace to win defensive player of the year.
No, I think Jaren Jackson Jr.
What the hell?
I think he's the favorite right now.
What is he doing defensively?
Jared Jackson Jr.
I haven't seen him do. I want man. I don't feel. I don't see. I don't think I. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't see it with him defensively. He's no Draymond. He's
Where
no.
do you
He's no. Okay, but that's why I say.
How do you feel about
But
the
but I feel like I
wait
haven't seen nothing from him.
wait? Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
The recent NBA 2025 mock draft has
Yeah.
Jeremiah Fears at 6th pick and Trey Johnson at 8th pick. How do you feel about that?
Jeremiah Fears is somebody I'm a big fan of. He's a monster. I
Now, do
really
you
wouldn't
think
be
he's
mad.
better than Trey Johnson though?
I don't like. It's like he's a different player though. Like he's a true point guard. Like Trey Johnson's just like he's like a dumb, but Trey Johnson's like a dumb booker, and he's just going to be a scorer. So it's like a different role.
Hero,
But
say.
yeah, like Trey Johnson's like Tyler, like he's going to be just a scorer. Trey Myers is a true point guard. He's up there. It just depends on what you're looking for. But like between him, I don't know if they're better, but I think they're on the same kind of level. I think Trey Johnson has some stuff to clean up. He can be a little inefficient sometimes, but I think he'll clean up NBA. But I honestly I think Jeremiah, he's up there for me. Definitely my top 5. It's a loaded class, man. I think I see
He's
people
great.
saying
He's great, dude. Here.
no,
I want him on the Mavs.
Jeremiah Fears.
Yeah, but he's
Wait,
too
okay.
good
What's the draft lottery looking like right now?
Coop,
On the Rockets top pick.
Coop, Dylan, VJ, Edgecombe.
No, like the team. Can you see like the teams? Like, do you know who the teams are? Actually, I want to look at that real quick while we're here.
It's the team.
Yeah.
I mean, just go to the standings right here. The Wizards will have the best odds.
Oh dang, you left me.
My fault. It kicked me out. My fault.
There you go. Okay, so Utah. Wow. Okay. Utah Wizards. Pelicans.
Are you sharing this?
Oh my bad. Oh, let me share. Let me share. Let me see. So take a look at that.
Not seeing anything.
Okay, you see it now?
Not seeing anything.
Are you for real? You not seeing it?
Oh, I'm seeing it now. I'm seeing it now.
Oh, okay, I got you. Bro, look at that. Wow. Jeremiah, dude, I'm telling you, man. Look like Colin Boyle should be higher.
What?
Should be higher. Nick Cooper should be higher. Like, just some good dudes, Boogie Fudge. I was kind of okay. Chris, I'm gonna say the Wizards. After right now, 80. I'll say right now, if KD is on the Suns, I'd rather the Wizards. I would say the Cooper away. They hit on all 3 they drafted last year. Sorry. The kids they got from Pitt.
Josh.
They got
You're lagging.
I'm saying the Wizards hit on all they picks. That's Sorry. The kid they had. They got 2 more kids. They got 1 from Pitt. They got 3 really good last year. They get Dylan Harper. Watch that out. Well, Body looks really good. I think the Wizards are Cooper Flag, Dylan Harper away from being true contenders a couple of years, maybe a year or 2. I'll be honest. Because Dylan Harper's like that. But look how horrendous this is. I think they let it pass. Let it pass.
Josh.
Yeah, let it pass. You hear me?
It's ugly, dude. It's been bad for like 2 minutes straight.
Oh, you hear me now?
Barely, but I can't really see you. It's bad.
No, let it pass. Let it pass.
But you're like pixel. I can.
No, I'm gonna work on my. I'm gonna get it over here now. I'm gonna go. Work it there. Boom! I'm back. There we go. You see me now? Yeah. Yeah, I just work with my guy from UNCM.
Is it gonna be better
But
tomorrow? Because this is ugly.
we're getting through it right now. We're in the mud, but this we're getting through it, and can't make it good. I'm talking with people behind the scenes or working on it.
Well,
See, I
the
just got to
behind the
think.
scenes people are not working.
Well, we got it. Where's that now? I think. What do you think about this draft right here?
It's a great draft. Look at all the freshmen. Look at all the young kids in this draft. They're all my age or younger. It's crazy.
That is crazy.
Derek Queen
Okay.
is a 25-and-a-half-year-old freshman. Holy shit.
No, 20 and a half. Like 20.5.
Yeah, he's 20 and a half years. Like
I think he's at 25 and a half.
No. He's 20 and a half.
Oh, okay.
He's going to be 21 by the time he's in the league.
No,
Luka was averaging 30 in all NBA by he was 21.
No, I'm making a prediction about Derek Queen right now. He'll be on Team USA in 4 years.
I don't think so.
Oh, what? What do you mean? I don't think so.
He won't be on Team USA.
Wait, so
you got to think about all the talent still in the league, dude.
Wait. Derek Queen will be on Team USA for team.
No, he won't.
Yes, he will. Yes, he will. Yes, he will. He's Jokic again. Like he's operating. I think he's better than Şengün. But he's very much. Well, honestly, he's more like Şengün. His jumper. He doesn't have a jumper, but he's going to be on Team USA. I guarantee it.
So what about Jalen Brunson, Tyrese Halliburton, Jaren
No,
Jackson?
I'm talking about like at the big, because you're not thinking at the big spot. For Team USA, Anthony Davis, Bam, and 3 years.
Oh, now you hating on Bam, star of the year, center in the league.
No. Okay,
defensive center in the league.
Okay, and he's great defensively, but man, if Derek Queen's out there giving you those kind of numbers offensively, man, Derek Queen's going to get a spot on Team USA. I'm at my prediction. Let's see, but I predict Derek Queen be on Team USA. That's how good I think that kid is. He'll be on Team USA. And he's not the 10th best player in this draft. He's a lot better than Shagour Alana. If Ace Bailey, and that'd be a very Hornets pick to take Ace Bailey. And he's gonna end up being a bust. Wow. VJ Cole, not sold. Kappa Jr., Jack Kunis, not sold. So we'll see what happens. But man, Sixers had the 5th pick. I remember I told you they should tank. Honestly, it's gonna work out for them. Man, if the Sixers get Trey Johnson, I told you this before the season. I said, if they tank for trade, wow, that might actually come true. Wow.
Dude, Sixers getting Trey Johnson?
They're going to be in the range.
The Sixers are not getting but they already have 2 really good shooting guards.
Well, hold on. Trey Johnson is 6'6", 6'7", 190. So
they don't need trade. They need it.
You draft best available. So you go get with best because you know what you do? You're thinking they're going to end with Kappa Jr. and Jack Kunis. You're thinking that's who they're going to end up with. 5th overall, and they're gonna pass up on all these phenomenal players. No offense to Kappa Jr. Kunis, he may end up being a stud.
I think they go get Colin Murray Boyles from South Carolina.
Oh heck no! There's a million players.
Power forward.
No, I don't know. I gotta see his 3-point shooting and if he gets to the floor. But I think I'm a fan of Trey Johnson or honestly Connor Knopel. Could honestly be the pick if you're gonna talk about forwards. He'd be the guy. I mean, come in and shoot it day one.
Johnson's not 6'6". They're boosting that. He's like 6'5", 6'6".
No, he's about 6'6", 6'7", and he
bullshit. They're boosting it.
But he's a monster of a man. He's a monster of a man. And if he goes to Toronto's gonna love him. I can say that. I can right now. But it's gonna be fun to watch in the future. Me and Sam have to come out here to our drafts and make our predictions. And I have to watch some of these guys like Jack Kunis and Edgecombe and really form my opinion on them to see how they did. But it's gonna be an interesting draft. It's loaded though. We'll see what happens. But I'll say my prediction. I don't know if you heard me, but I think the Wizards are if the Wizards get a top 2 pick, Dylan Harper and Cooper Flag, they're gonna be in contending in about 2 years, maybe a year. Calling it now. Yeah. They hit on all 3 of their draft picks last year, and they got AJ Johnson, who may be another stud. Hook him. And
I thought AJ Johnson was on Milwaukee.
Now he got traded to the Wizards. Yeah, he's been looking pretty promising.
What is he averaging? 3 points? I might be right. I want to. AJ Johnson. Oh, he's averaging 7. Okay.
I ain't gonna say.
It's actually not that bad. He's had 19, 8, 20, but they're a really bad team. So.
No, but give him he's developing.
Yeah,
though.
he is. He's developing.
He looks promising. I didn't say he was like arrived, but he looks promising.
So you
looks
think
like
they'll be the Pistons in 2 years if they get
way better.
Flag.
Or Dylan Harper, way better.
They're not going to be way better than the Pistons.
Way better. Because Alexander Sarge, I already talked about it. He's going to take deep points from Victor Wembanyama. I think that's what his potential is. And then he has a chance to develop a 3-point shot. Then you have A. Johnson. Then you have Bilal Coulibaly. And I forgot the other two. I keep forgetting the 2 dudes they got already this year. I keep forgetting their names. The 2 picks they got this year. And then you had Dylan Harper. They'll be way better. Because right now, think about it. The Pistons got Cade, Ron Holland, Jalen Duren, and who else? Is Amen Thompson over Dylan Harper / Cooper Flag, AJ Johnson, Bilal Coulibaly, Alexander Nassar, plus the 2 rookies they already got. Man, the Wizards gonna be flaming. I'm telling you, they're gonna be way better than Detroit. I'm telling you, they're gonna be contenders in a year or 2 if they get Dylan Harper, Cooper Flag. I'm guaranteeing it now. They're one of those guys away. They are. So I mean, I'm telling you right now, they are. I'm just gonna call it now. People don't understand, but they are. So watch out. And I'm gonna tell you something. If Katie's gonna, I'd rather Katie go to Washington. If I hear if Katie's gonna do anything, if all comes to fail, and Katie has to do anything, I'd rather him go to Washington than stay in Phoenix. Well, that's how I feel personally. But we'll see what happens. It's gonna be fun to watch. I'm sure Sam's gonna have his opinion about the Wizards. You keep hating. No, you're hating. But and when they make their runs, then you got to you make sure you eat crow.
I have another topic we could discuss.
Okay, what do you want to discuss?
Let me get a little share screen going. End that real quick. I think this is a great topic to discuss right now in this day of age, in this moment.
Wait, this Sunday, like what's going on?
South Carolina versus Texas tomorrow night. And give me the Gamecocks. And you know it's true. You know they're going to beat Texas.
And this reminds me a lot of Texas versus Georgia in football. It's just a lot about Texas and, the standard at Texas. They remind me a lot of Georgia. It does. But that's on the time to why
y'all are so good at everything, but you can't. Did y'all win volleyball this year?
No, we didn't.
Y'all can't win anything, but y'all are good at everything, but you don't win trophies.
Pass. I don't know. We first of all, we went back to back. This year we're going for a 3-peat in volleyball. So don't just make it sound like we just get put out every year. We were defending back to back champions.
I'm joking. Texas is really good, but you are going to get beat by the Gamecocks.
Okay, my thing is because it's like a learning period. It's like eventually we're going to climb them out. I don't think this year will be the year to climb the mountaintop. And right, I think South Carolina will beat us because we don't have enough spacing shooting wise. But when we do get shooters on the team, I think we'll smoke South Carolina.
How do you feel Oklahoma's bringing in the #1 player in the country.
Yeah, I'm not ready to scream Oklahoma. Like I said, I'm more concerned about us getting shooters and scorers. I think that's the last thing we're missing. I think that's why y'all gonna be because our point guard can't shoot the ball. So y'all pack the paint and that's kind of a thing. I do think South Carolina win.
UConn, UCLA, that's a great game.
I think that's a national championship game. I'll be honest.
It's not ridiculous to say that. I think UCLA is really good, but I think Page last year, I think UConn gets it done this game, and I do think South Carolina repeats.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, so when I say it, those are biased. So when you say
that, no, that's not okay. That's not biased though.
Okay, but well, so when
how is that biased?
I mean, South Carolina repeats. Yeah. Mind you, UConn just blew out like 2 months ago at home. Right before season ended, UConn blew out at home.
Don't say you. I'm an Arkansas fan. But
wait, you're a multiple fan. You're buying Arkansas and South Carolina. That's fine. But that UConn get, I got UConn. I hope they blow y'all out.
So you think UConn beats UCLA?
I don't know, but I just know everyone's that game's gonna go to that championship game and they're probably gonna win it. I know that. So that's how I'm feeling.
I think South Carolina gets the job done here.
Man, I'm sorry. I don't think South Carolina. I'm sorry. Like I don't think they have enough, and it's not a guarantee I'll beat us tomorrow.
What do you mean? Every player on the team.
Every player on the team. Y'all agree?
No. But I don't disagree with you. I do think if UConn makes it, just like you say, this is the playoffs or college basketball. At the end of the day, I think UConn does have the 2 best players when it comes down to South Carolina versus UConn. So I think that's a huge edge, especially in a championship game. But South Carolina has like 10 All-Americans.
But they do, but it hasn't like it has like it's cool to say you have 10 Americans, but like when they don't have the production, it just doesn't hit.
I agree. They're not as good as last year. They're not.
And that's why y'all remind me a lot of Georgia. And I heard about Georgia last year in football that they have all these 5-stars, but it's like you really couldn't tell all the time. They didn't look like they had a bunch of 5.
I agree. They're not as dominant as last year.
I didn't understand.
I think they had. Oh my God. They have a lot of good players, but I don't think they have their player right now. They had Asia, then they had Aaliyah Boston, and then they had Cardoso. But now I think they struggle with they go on bad droughts with nobody scoring.
You have Full Wiley. I think Malaysia Full Wiley.
Full Wiley's good, but it can get ugly sometimes. I honestly I have been getting into women's basketball recently, because Juju and Caitlin from last year, but watching women's basketball can be tough sometimes, and I'm sorry to say that, but when you watch these stretches of just no baskets, it's ugly.
They're in their 90s.
It's ugly.
It's 89. I've seen some pretty bad stuff. Miss layups.
But it's crazy because we're gonna have soon. It's just like 90s. They're in 20, 30 years. Every player's gonna be like Malaysia Full Wiley.
No, that's true. It's gonna be high level.
So it's gonna be so much better.
No, it is. So that's that. But but like you're saying, it's gonna be interesting. But
imagine sticking Asia Wilson in 2005.
Like that is.
She would average 60.
No, she would.
She would kick your ass 11-0.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Really. You better watch your mouth because man, I'm gonna come for you. I'm
backing her up.
I'm surprised he's dating that. But
I do have in my bracket UConn, South Carolina in the final, and I do have South Carolina winning.
But okay, this reminds you. Like I said, I don't know if you remember. This reminds you a lot of Georgia in football. It's like, oh yeah, well y'all are gonna beat us just like Georgia. Georgia beat us, and
they went undefeated last year.
Okay, well that was last year.
Okay, but it reminds you of Georgia. It can remind you of Georgia. They're 30-43.
And just like
they go undefeated again. They got blown out at home. They're in the semifinals now, about to make the final.
We're not undisputed. We have the best defense in America. So let's just like us.
That's fine. Y'all just can't score for shit.
Yeah, but don't act like it's gonna be some runaway tomorrow. And it's always we already beat y'all.
I don't think it'll be a runaway. I don't think so.
Okay,
I didn't say that.
If it's a close game, there's a chance. So you're saying like you're just gonna walk in there and it's guaranteed.
No. I don't think it'll be a runaway, but I could put money down confidently. South Carolina will win.
We'll see. All I'm gonna say is South Carolina, Don Staley. I think, man, she needs to watch out for. I think our coach Vic Schaefer, man, she's got it figured out, man.
You think your coach is better than Don Staley?
Yeah, I think once he gets a roster need to win, I think he'll blow Don Staley out the water.
Thing is, you're laughing because you know that. That's like
Bro, look,
that's like saying your boy Emi Adoku is going to blow Greg Popovich out the water. Don Staley's near the GOAT for women's basketball.
Wait, look. Tell me, same thing about Kirby Smart. Like I said, the games will be played, but dude, like I'm watching him beat people with a team. Like think about that. Everybody knows we can't score. We literally don't even shoot threes, and we're still in the final four. We still beat y'all. I do that. That's what depends to me.
A lot of people like to say Don Staley gets that. She's kind of Calipari, more of a recruiter, not really a coach. I agree, but she went undefeated. And
all I'm saying is our time's coming. So this this whole dominating going on 30. By the way, we ended that. I'm glad we did. We ended that Ergasia's streak. We ended that in Austin. We just tell you we're coming. I'm just saying he's coming. Like a Nagy's coming to Austin soon in women's basketball, so just be ready. And then SEC, no more winning 30 straight games and without a loss. Yeah, we're playing you. Look at that, 87-58. You come blow out. When was that? February?
No, UCLA ended their streak.
But no, it was like you had like a 30-game streak in the SEC. Like 30 straight. Yeah, like SEC conference games. Yeah, they are unstoppable. We the ones that knocked off. I think we're the only loss that had in SEC play.
Yeah.
We're the only ones.
But they lost by 6 away. Look what happened whenever they played y'all at home.
No, that's true. It was tough. Kids had 15, and then she had 9. She had 9 years. Damn. Okay. Kids obviously balled.
I'm telling you, it's not sad. I'm actually, I get into the women. They have a lot of players. They got Pow. They got Johnson. They got Fulweiler. They got
We'll see.
They're gonna beat y'all tomorrow, dude.
We'll see. I still think best defense in America, right? And just like it kept us in the Georgia game in football, it's gonna keep just like it kept us in the game in Austin. I think it'll keep us in this game. We'll just come out in the offense. We'll see what happens to Madison Butker. She's gonna be the best player on the floor no matter what. So,
you know who I've been. You know who's got a good roster? Wait.
You said what?
You know who's got a good roster?
Maryland.
Wait, what?
You talking about the men's roster or the
Women's? Wait, is this who I'm talking about? Oh yeah, look at her. You know she used to go to Arkansas.
Really?
Yeah.
I never heard of her. Wow.
Well, she was at UConn. That's crazy.
Damn.
She used to go to Arkansas.
Wow. How do you know about her?
Birthplace. This is actually fire. Her birthplace is Middletown, Maryland, and she went back home for her senior year.
That's crazy. She put up 9 points. Okay.
Yeah, she's bad.
Yeah, off the court and on the court, she stinks. Okay. She put up 9 points. Oh man, come on, take it easy, man. You might be one of the few that actually follow her, so I think she'd appreciate it. But I was gonna say, yeah, Chloe Kitts, yeah, whatever. I know she's decent, nothing special. The special one is Malaysia Fulweiler. That's the special. Let's see if she
of a player, right?
You said there's a player.
I feel bad now. That was mean. Oh, at
the
end of the day, she doesn't care what we think. She's gay.
Oh, she is?
Yeah, she likes women.
Wow.
She's like a tomboy. Look at her. She looks like Job. Never mind. I'm done.
How you gonna do any other players? You gotta give it to yourself.
No, she could beat me in a one-on-one. She's amazing though.
Yeah, I think she could beat you physically.
She can't beat. She's a woman at the end of the day.
You just said she looked like a man. Though.
You know who could beat me? I'm trolling. That was just very sexist. I'm trolling. She probably. You know who could beat me?
Who could beat you? Who is this? Klay Thompson?
Watch this girl. Wait. How do you spell Kayla?
Kayla. Kayla.
Look at this girl. Wait. She's a fucking
18-1-6 total knockouts. Wow.
Look at her. That's her in the middle.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's her. That's her in the middle.
Wow.
That's a man. That's a man.
That is a man. Wow. Woman's. Let me see. They got her weight on there.
30, she fights at 136, but she probably walks around at like 150.
Well, she couldn't handle me.
I think she would kill you. How much do you weigh? 170? 165?
210.
Did you just say 210?
Yeah. But it's bulking season, so I've been putting on a lot of weight. And,
I've been trying. I gained like 15 pounds over freshman.
Yeah, I'm about 170 something right now. Just naturally.
Look at her weight.
Oh, this is about
damn.
Whoop on. It's become a who can whoop on somebody. Hey. How many percent of men could she beat in the USA in a fight?
In the USA?
Yeah, like how many percent of men? 90%.
85 probably.
Okay, wow.
Wait until she gets up. Look at her, bro. She's just jacked. Look at that. I've never seen. She's probably the most jacked woman I've ever seen. It's like she's not jacked. She's just cut perfect. Like
that she is. That is crazy. She's a freak
of nature. Yeah.
And she does wrestling. They even throw fists in that sport. Or?
Yeah, it's UFC. What are you talking about?
Are you sure they throw fists?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I threw a fist. So she's not prepared for that. I'll tell you, I'm 180. I don't think she's seen somebody like me before. I'm a tank. I hold all my lower area.
You what?
Yeah, I'm 180. She ain't seen nothing like me before. I'll tell you that right now. But like you said, once basketball is growing, and I think in the future it's going to be better. Like I said, it's going to be better.
You're going out is sad.
No, okay, I was going to say, If Juju hadn't gotten hurt, I think USC might have won the whole thing.
I don't think so, but it is
No,
sad.
no, stop. They almost knocked off UConn without her. They gave UConn a run for their money.
No,
Without her.
they-
Yeah,
they-
they would
lost
have.
to
Oh, yeah, they
USC
would
in the
have.
they lost to the UCLA in the championship, and then
Well,
I don't
it
think
was a
they would've
battle,
beat
and it
UConn.
would have been a battle. But with DJ Watkins and that, they had a freshman who was really good. Hope to come to Texas. And Kiki Efron.
I think next year, USC might make a run.
But this year they would have made a run too. That must be UConn. Anything without DJ Watkins. Give them credit.
You see the freshmen they're bringing in next year?
Just Jazzy Davidson or whatever.
I don't know, something like that.
Oh, you talking about UCLA or USC? They're both bringing
USC.
Yeah, her name's Jazzy Davidson. She's real skinny though. I mean, she looked like a Kevin
But
Durant.
you don't have to be jacked and
no, I'm just saying. We'll see how she goes. I've never seen. She's a.
And
twin.
then the second rated, I think UCLA's bringing in her. She's huge.
No, yeah, her sister. Yeah, she's huge.
That's her sister.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that's
sister.
funny.
Yeah. So
I guess they're from that area.
Yeah, family of freaks. So UCLA's not going anywhere. Neither is USC. It's gonna be fun to watch. But if Texas comes, it's over. Right? We get shoot. It's over.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. You know, we got the best defense in America. We took out Haley down. Oh, that's your lunch.
It's not a lunch. Look, it's homemade Rice Krispie treats. Wait.
Oh, right from your bedroom? I mean, right from your dorm?
Yep, my mom made them for me.
And she flew them out there?
She put her foot in it, yeah.
Really? Wow. But like you said, the sport's gonna grow, and I'm excited to see where it goes. And it'll be fun to watch on Friday. We'll come back and talk about the game next week and see. Well, we better hope Texas loses. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm excited, man. It's fun. It's fun on 40 acres. Let's see what happens. And before we go, Texas made a phenomenal hire in college basketball. Sean Miller was. You don't get better than that. Out of Xavier. If I'm an Arkansas fan, I'm concerned. Because we made a phenomenal hire in Sean Miller, and you know it. His resume is the second to none. Hey, already got a 5-star recruit on campus. So
and we brought in 2 5-stars. About to bring in a third.
Oh, you think you're getting Nate Ament?
We are. Oh,
Yeah.
Talking about transfer portal, did you see South Carolina?
Oh, I saw it with Trayson Eaglestaff, I think his name is. Are you talking about him?
Holy shit! Did you see the guy they brought from Trayson? I think
Trayson
from North Dakota.
Yeah, Eagles there.
He's insane.
I don't know how.
Or Kentucky or Alabama. Did you watch film on him yet?
I haven't, but I just heard he got
watch some of his games. It's crazy.
I don't know how I got him. I don't understand.
And then they're bringing in Eli.
Eli is good.
And then they're bringing back Michi Johnson from Ohio State. Did you see that?
Yeah.
From Ohio State, South Carolina to Ohio State back to South.
That's crazy.
Then they're bringing in a center from I don't know what that school's called.
Yeah.
And they're bringing in the other guy. Let me see his name.
No, so you have high hopes for that kind of basketball next year.
And then they're bringing in Carter Knox's brother. He's decent. He averaged like 7-8 points at South Florida.
No, I think I heard of his name. I was like, damn, I heard about that. Wow. No, I see that they're going crazy in the portal. I guess NIL was running rampant.
I don't know how they're doing this.
It must be NIL. I mean, they must be putting a lot in basketball, man. I guess they're giving him one more. I mean, it's Lamont. It's his last chance. But I guess they're like, hey, we're going to give you the best you can get. There's no excuses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. But man, I'm telling you, Texas made a phenomenal hire, and Texas made a phenomenal hire. Sean Miller.
Yeah, dude, we got to go get some players now.
Oh, we getting them?
Are you?
Wait. And you notice Trey Johnson hasn't announced for the NBA draft yet.
He hasn't announced he's going. Oh, shut it. You know what would be crazy if I don't know if Colin has Murray Boyles. He probably has because he's a sophomore.
Yeah.
But if he comes back and plays with Eli Ellis and that kid from North Dakota State, they might be a problem next year.
And if he came back, it would be a problem. I can guarantee it.
They would be a problem.
No, it would meet Johnson. That'd be like a 3-headed monster. They'd be a problem. No, they would for sure be a problem. It's gonna be it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough, man. Because if that's what
the best, bro.
No, it is because
in the nation.
If that's South Carolina, y'all were the second worst team in the league.
Yeah.
So you and LSU. So if that's what y'all are bringing in, and y'all the worst team at sea coming in, like that's
Arkansas,
wild.
2 5-stars, a 4-star, about to be a third 5-star. Keeping Carter probably, keeping Billy, keeping DJ.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And
So
and wait.
we're gonna be
So
the best team in the nation.
wait. So let's discuss that. So when you saw Texas Tech storm all the way back and the way they did, how embarrassed were you? That is what Arkansas does. That is a problem with Arkansas. I just can't believe y'all lost that game. I whenever y'all lost, I was through the roof. I almost jumped out of my room.
That's just mean.
No, I don't want to see y'all win.
It was a devastating loss. I was very sad. I'm gonna
be honest. It was just not that y'all lost; it's the way y'all lost.
It was bad. It was bad.
Okay,
really bad loss.
Wait, you think this was about Calipari? It's bad. The game passed him by. But not with Sean Miller though. Yeah. So I said,
he lost in what, the first round?
Sean Miller
with Xavier, yes.
To Illinois.
And you're hyping him up like he's him.
Yeah, look at his resume.
I don't give a damn about a resume.
All right, so the guy's gonna recruit. He's gonna and his offense is gonna be great. Man, I can't wait to play Arkansas next. I believe we might beat them twice. So I'm excited. It's gonna be fun, and man,
we're gonna knock you off, and I'm gonna be here to watch it. Remember what happened this year? Both times, buddy.
Yeah, but we got a real coach now. That was an interim coach. This is a real coach now. A real resume. Coach. Yeah, that's a real resume. So I'm excited. I just thought I would come out here and say that was a phenomenal hire by Texas. And if I'm the SEC, I'm concerned because on our NIL backing, you saw in football.
Nobody is scared of you.
Oh, really? With our NIL backing, once we get rolling, we rolling people over. So that's and we have one of the best arenas in the whole thing. So Moody Center built like an NBA arena. So just be concerned if I'm Arkansas. We're gonna start battling you for them 5 stars. And there's a number 2 player. I think Marcus Spears kid. I don't know if you know him. He does NFL countdown, stuff like that. He's coming up. There's a lot of NBA players' kids. RJ Hampton's brother. He's coming up in like 2027. A lot of kids in the future coming up.
What about
he's like number 8 in America.
Anthony Black's little brother. He's nice.
Exactly. 2028. Duncanville, Texas. So if Texas is rolling, where do you think he's going? With big NIL.
He's Texas. He's going to Arkansas where his brother went because he liked it.
Oh, yeah, he don't want to leave home. So Texas is rolling. Oh, and we bring big NIL.
Oh bullshit! He's gonna go where his brother went. He's
it ain't no guarantee. It ain't a guarantee. So like I said, we'll see what happens. But I'm saying that's gonna become those things are not gonna be as like I used to be. When Texas is rolling, people want to be in Austin. So opportunities, that kind of stuff. So as I say, the cool school. So it's just like but we got to get rolling first. So we got to win games before we can start talking about that. But yeah, so it'll be fun to watch, and I'm ready to play Arkansas next year.
I'm ready to beat y'all twice, like we beat y'all this year.
Oh, you think you'll 4-2 years?
I do.
Okay, interesting. Right now Texas is building up, but in a couple of years we're going to be. I'm making a prediction right now. Texas winning that championship in basketball, football, and baseball. Wow. It'll be one of the best athletic runs in college sport athletics history.
Wait. Say what you just said again.
We're going to win a national championship in basketball, football, baseball, women's softball, and women's basketball.
In 1 year, you're not being Oklahoma.
Unless Oklahoma's not what they used to be. They're falling off a little bit. We might win it this year in softball.
You're not being Arkansas.
In softball?
Oh, my fault. Yeah,
in baseball?
You're not being Arkansas baseball. I'll let you know that.
We might not because we just lost our first. We don't have. We're down injuries right now. So.
Oh, here we go. Injuries. Here we go.
We don't have depth. We don't. I mean, our coach hasn't been there in 5-6 years, and he wasn't able to watch his team drop the game-winning out in that championship game. So, or whatever game that was.
Here we go. Baseball, but injuries don't really matter that much like basketball.
I mean, when you lose a star player, it matters a lot.
Is it a star? Y'all lost a star player?
Yeah, top 4. I mean, he's the first round pick. Max Blue from Aledo, Texas. He's out for the season.
He's a projected first round pick.
Yeah, Max Blue. He's from Aledo.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We lost him, so y'all probably will beat us, and it sucks. But we'll see. He'll be back for the tournament. Now, and that's what matters to me because you can win the regular season, but how about Arkansas going to tournament? Now, when it comes to winning a national championship, that's what really matters. We'll see what happens. He'll be back for a tournament, so don't worry.
Beat y'all in the tournament.
We'll see how far y'all make it. Because I heard he'll be back for the tournament. So, I'm excited. I
We're
think I
not
think.
in the damn tournament.
Oh really? I think we'll be
We're
really good.
gonna win it.
Once we get him back, then we go make a run in the tournament. We might make that championship game with him. I already said that before. We beat LSU. Did you not? Was that not impressive to you when we beat LSU at home 2-1 or what? Oh okay. So like I said, Arkansas fans are confident, but I'm making prediction again because Sam cut me off. Wasn't
Wait,
that yet? Oh, yeah, but I didn't finish it. I didn't put a time. I didn't put a timing on it. We want to have championship in football, basketball, softball, baseball, and women's basketball, men's basketball, and football. All in the next 5 years. It'll be one of the best runs, and I think we'll win multiple. It might be all the sports. It'll be one of the best runs in college athletic sports history.
what
Next
about
five.
golf?
I really don't keep up with them, but I heard the number one team or something like that. So maybe look, even better. Even better. I don't know how to watch them, so I don't I'm not able to keep up, but even better. Look, if you want to add them to the list, go ahead. We just won a national championship in swimming and diving for men's. So even better. It's gonna be one of the best athletic runs of all time in college athletic sports next 5 years. I'm calling it now. So Arkansas fans will be watching. OU fans, A&M, all y'all can watch. This is where we're gonna be. Once we get rolling, watch out, man. But until then, me and Sam will talk another time. And that kind of stuff. And until then, wait, Sam, and real quick. So how do you feel? Luca's returning on the 9th, 6 days.
I'm scared. It's not much less, not much more, not much less to say. I'm scared.
Okay. Wow. We'll see. Let's see. I want to see how AD and them look. I think Jackson Hayes could be a deterrent.
You think what?
Jackson Hayes could be a deterrent. He could deter AD and try to slow him down.
I think it'll be a close game.
Oh, really?
I think with our centers back against Jackson Hayes, I mean,
is Lively gonna be back in the season or not?
Lively played last night.
Oh wow, I didn't notice.
Exactly. That's why Gafford's played 2 games now.
Okay.
Like, we're almost back. We're almost Kyrie, bro.
So y'all
PJ didn't even play last night.
Okay.
PJ's out with an injury, with a sickness.
So y'all are massive right now.
Yes.
Okay, y'all got some trees. Okay, y'all gonna outside LA. Okay. It'll be
Exactly.
interesting. Well, wait. So I just want to say this real quick. So if Luka gets Lively on the island, he turns him into a dancing bear. Is that gonna hurt you or?
Lively's perimeter defense is not that bad.
If Luka puts Lively on the perimeter, he turns into a dancing bear. And he fries them. I ain't gonna feel him. He took time out. You know how it goes. Time out. He's talking trash, walking around Dallas talking trash. Yeah. Is that gonna hurt you a little bit?
I don't think that'll happen.
Oh really? I mean, Jason Tatum and them had no problem with him, so I don't see how Luka Doncic would. We'll see. It's gonna be fine. I
like how you talk about teams when you jump ship.
No, I'm Minnesota and I'm here to the long haul. So
that's embarrassing.
No, it's an organization that wants to win. Dallas wouldn't know about it. But until then, I get to watch the next Michael Jordan. But until then, me and Sam will talk to y'all. That's how we out.
Bullshit. You jump teams